So they asked me to come to tell you how easy this is. They put me on this platform because they're like, you know what, Leslie will tell them it's easy. The last 8 years has been easy, like building a marriage in the valleys and experiencing the rock bottoms and building a business and having 6 kids. It looks like that all the time, y'all. It just does. And that's not what I'm here to tell you. And that's not the message I want you to hear. But that's the message I used to walk away from these events believing. That if I would just go home and create the perfect Pinterest-worthy home, it was gonna be easy to do. And if I would create a list at the end of every event, right? Like, okay, first, buy a new planner on Amazon, right? Because that old planner certainly was the reason I wasn't reaching my goals. And then I would dream up and write down this perfect 2-hour morning routine with 6 kids. And then I would draw out the ideal work week, including date night, and now I'm adding in, after the Holtz talk, some strip poker. And I would be so excited about it, but I would go home and I would get my hugs from those beautiful girls, and then I'd stare at my Mount Everest of clean laundry because I never managed to fold it and put it away. And then I had my husband who was deep into addiction. And then I had my dad who was dying. And then we adopted 16 chickens. And fostered a dog. And I'd watch my ideal work week as it went up in flames. And I was exhausted and weary and felt powerless to change things. And so many of us are like that, right? We have this perfect plan, but when one thing gets stuck, or we have that argument with our spouse, or that puppy, because we literally have all gotten puppies, poops on the rug, and your crawling child is the first to find it. When one of those things happen, we're like, nope, you know what? I quit. I quit it all. Or we just delay taking action when we're like, Monday would be a great start date. But the first Monday of the month actually would be the best start date. And so we pause. And it seems harmless, but those pauses add up. And I remember after my first Optavia event, I was a brand new, very enthusiastic executive director. And I was like, I'm going global, Sam and Harold, remember? And then we met in the lobby of the hotel after, and Sam was like, I have an idea. Let's do that healthy happy hour thing Tia talked about. And I was like, and I started sobbing in the hotel lobby because little things add up and make it feel really hard, don't they? And adding one more thing to my already packed schedule felt really, really hard at that minute. It was a healthy happy hour that almost broke me, y'all. I tried to quit probably 9 or 10 times, Sam. I'm glad I didn't, because I'm a great sugar mama, but the truth is, he works hella hard with me. Friends, this week we talk about your goals and the actions and strategies and tactics and all of that, but I need you to be honest about your current reality, and I need you to be honest about your hard. Life is hard. Is your life hard? Okay, I'm gonna ask you, I'm not great at slides. I'm gonna ask you to take your notebook out. These are the only notes you need for my session. Really deep notes, guys. Yes. Blank is hard. I want you to see it in black and white. I want you to write down your hard. Because you're going to face it. It's not gonna feel like the hot tub experience. It's gonna feel hella hard. So yes, my child's hard. My child with extra needs. It's hard. My finances are hard. My body is hard. My marriage is hard. The addiction I'm facing is hard. Changing diapers and cooking 3 meals a day for the people is hard. I want you to write it down. And then I need you to look at me. Because what I need you to hear is I acknowledge and honor your hard. What you've faced and what you're currently facing is enough to knock a lot of people out. The strength and resilience you've developed along the way are honorable and remarkable. And your dreams are worth fighting for in the midst of it. No one's up here saying that your life isn't hard. We're just saying that building your dreams in the midst of it is possible. And I'm trying to ask you today to find yourself at home in the midst of the messy, messy middle. In the messy middle between your hard and your goals. I feel compelled to prepare you for entering back into the real world. The superpower that's going to empower you to find that home in the messy middle of hard and big dreams is grit. I want you to go back to your notes. And I want you to write down under what you wrote is hard. I will build my dreams anyway. Grit is saying, yeah, this is all hard. It is. It's real. And I will build my dreams anyway. Are you gritty? What do you do when an obstacle comes? Or a critic criticizes, or something goes wrong, not according to your plan? Grit isn't just magically given. It's not this light bulb moment where you read that grit book and you bought the t-shirt to go with it and you even tattooed the freaking word on your arm. You are not just gritty because you read the book. I hate it when books simplify it like that. It's earned. It's grown. It's contended for. Grit is quitting some of the commitments that you've made that are requiring way too much of your time and energy because your dreams are worth more than that. Grit's contended for in the middle of the night when your anxious thoughts and heart are waking you up and you claim truths over them instead. Grit's when you choose to lay down your addiction to alcohol or sugar or shopping or porn, or you decide to give up the abusive or adulterous relationship, and you decide to pursue health and healing. Grit's getting help. Grit is refusing to be consumed by fear because the rest of the world's curled up in the fetal position right now, and choosing to every day show up where people are hanging up on social media and posting hope and being the freaking light of the world. I'd fail you if I didn't say this. I did receive grit. I received it when I surrendered my absolute brokenness to the foot of the cross. And I, with open hands and a totally dismayed spirit, received grace from a loving Father. Because when I did that, you know what also happened? He gave me, instead of dismay, hope. Instead of anger, instead of despair, he gave me peace and resolve. And I could stand up from the foot of the cross moment and say, I will build my dreams anyway. So first you have to dream. Megan's gonna talk to you about dreams in a little bit, and I'm asking you in that moment, forget your hard, ignore it, pretend it's not there, and let that little dreamer, that 5-year-old in you, wake up again for a minute and dream something big and bold and audacious. And then you've got to declare it. See, I used to keep my dreams really secret because I needed to be content, but what I meant was complacent. I have to drink. But once I started inviting Samantha and Harold and my husband and my kids, who 2 of them are right here, into my dreams, they could contend with me for them and against the hard. You've got to declare it to all the world. Social media, I declared our beach house to social media when we were living in a broke down, destroyed, renovated house without a kitchen for 9 months. Declare your dreams. And then 3, this is where grit comes in. You decide to do the work no matter what. So on your paper, I need you to write down, I will do the work no matter what. Some of you aren't writing. I'm a mom of 6. Write the damn words down. Just write them down. Yes, your paper should say, blank is freaking hard. Showing up at my therapist on Zoom is hard. Opening my soul is hard. My life is hard. In the midst of the valleys, it's so hard. I don't want to do this. And in the surrender of the brokenness, I'm given strength to stand and show up for these girls. In the strength that I find in surrendering the broken heart, I have the strength to rise up and say, I'll stand and I will fight for this marriage when it would be easier in my mind to run. What do you need to surrender? What bitterness or rage or envy or shame or guilt do you need to surrender? Because in that you pick up the great grit, the resolve to take one step forward because your kids are counting on you and your spouse is counting on you and your team right now, the 2 senior coaches, they're counting on you because you got to get your shit together to get gritty. My girls are like, yeah, she curses once in a while. It's in the standing, the rooting yourself, the saying, I won't crumble, I will crawl up the mountain if I have to. That's what you're going home to. And you're gonna go home in the next 24, 48 hours, maybe an extended vacation to the Grand Canyon a week. And this is what I need you to write and post on your refrigerator and your bathroom mirror and your bedside table and the dashboard of your car. Yes, my life is freaking hard right now. But the dreams that 5-year-old dreamer that I released to dream are worth fighting for. I will build my dreams anyway. I will do the work no matter what. Because I can tell you, on the floor, on my bedroom floor, it was dirty carpet, y'all. We had that foster dog we adopted. And the chickens ended up in the house a lot. I don't know. And I wasn't a good housekeeper. Bad carpet represents so much. On those face down moments, I had to make it about somebody else because I didn't feel worth showing up for. But my kids were worth it. So I'm asking you to go back home to your imperfect lives. And I'm asking you to say, this is gonna be hard, but it's gonna be worth it.